Hi all, just here with a quick update on this weekend's runners from Royal Randwick. We'll kick off in race 3 where you're represented by 3 horses. Giannis,
he's ready to go, just needs the right race, and this is a pretty handy race for him. Not drawn perfectly, but third up from the spell, he's fit, and hopefully soft 6 track, no worse.
and if the rain eventuates, would it be an issue?
Yeah, I think he's better on a better ground.
You also have Grace and Harmony from Barrier 5.
Second up run, she was a little bit flat. I think we might have ridden her a touch close. Rider just with the handbrake on, let her roll from the 500 and be strong in the straight. And I think stepping up to mile, third up, she'll be ready to bounce back.
Okay, then Kabosh from Barrier 8, Huey.
Yeah, just a stepping stone for him in my opinion. I think third up, 2,000 metres, he'd be better as well. Keeping in mind he was placed in the Queensland Derby over 2,400. So I think third and fourth up, you'll see a bit more from him.
Okay, into the next race 4 we have Fine Point, Barrier 14.
Yeah, tricky barrier to resume from, but she needs to get underway. She's a talented mare. We haven't really had a decent go with her. She's just been finding a way and had a few setbacks here and there, nothing significant. And now she's come back a stronger mare. So I think a race like the Anks second up would be in her sights, and I think she can be a group performer this preparation. But from the gate Saturday might be a bit tricky.
Okay, you also have Roots, who's drawn awkwardly after an impressive first up win.
Yeah, we'll probably save her for next Wednesday at Canterbury.
Arnold, who's been very good this prep.
Very, very sharp. Yeah, he's come through the run well. He looks great.
Extra week between runs, doing
yeah,
favours.
Obviously we had Waterford in last week's race. It was good to keep them apart because they're both very progressive horses, and the extra week was the reason we took him out last week and ready to go this week.
And finally, Sindicato, who trialled up a storm.
Yeah, well, we were very confident going into his first run last preparation, and things just didn't work out for the horse, and he seems to have come back. I've got a similar feeling to where we were at last preps at the first up stage, so I think you'll run a nice race.
Okay, race 5, you have 3 in Paternal, Ranch Hand and the Frontman.
Yeah, well, Paternal's resuming, a bit short for him, but he's a very talented horse. I think he'll figure in some group races through the spring.
Just over further.
Yeah. He was placed in the Derby, of course, in Queensland. Ranch Hand, unfortunately missed the start in the Sir Rupert Clark, so he's come up here, and he too would be better on a soft 6 or better track. I'd be cautious if it was too wet for him, but he's come back really well. Forget his first up run at Moonee Valley. He just never got into the race. He drew the outside barrier, went back, and never got a look at them. So front man probably go to Newcastle on Friday.
Okay, then into the T-Rose, which is race 6. Last start winner, Zugotcha, Barrier 5, James McDonald.
Yeah, she's come through the run really well. It was always a plan to miss the second leg of the Princess Series and join up here. 1,400 metres, she's had the trial in between. She's drawn well. I don't see the 1,400 metres as being a problem. She settles well. She should let down strongly, and yeah, it's obviously a very strong race, but she'll be hard to beat again.
Okay, Grace's Secret, Kieran McAvoy.
Yeah, her first up run was a pass mark. I think extra 200 metres here, she'll be warming up.
She settled well enough?
Yeah, well she did. Under race pressure, she settled pretty well the other day, and I think she'll learn a lot from that race as well. So yeah, touch awkward barrier, but good jockey aboard, get her to settle, finish off strong.
And finally, Madam Pomegranate.
Yeah, well also drawn wide, as she did first up. Thought she got home okay the last 200 metres. I think she's ready for 1,400. As you say, the draw might make it a little tricky, but love to see her finishing off strong, and all 3 of them could head through the flight stakes following Saturday's race.
Okay, race 7, the Group 1, George Main, Fangirl and Hinged.
Well, they were brilliant first up. Hinged had to do a lot of work from the draw, and she was still strong on the line.
Blinkers go on?
Yeah, I think it'll be a big plus. She was a bit one-paced from the 500 to the 200 last start, and I'm thinking the blinkers might just give us the extra gear required. So look, she's up to it. She's a multiple Group 1 performer, and the good draw is a big plus this week. She can be where she wants to be instead of being forced to go around and take a position from that wide draw last start.
That applies to both.
100%. Fangirl, she was brilliant. First up, she had a lovely run back. Came with a well-timed run, and Animo was obviously too good on that occasion. So, yeah, she's got a better draw to be a bit more tactical. Should Hugh Bowman require her to settle a little bit closer, and as you know, they've both worked well. And look, a treat. I think they'll improve with their first up run.
Okay, race 8. You've just got the one runner. Bit of a roughie, Old Nature Strip.
Yeah, a bit like you, a bit of a roughie. He is great, yeah. So I think it's similar to a starting point, most preparations. He's well prepared. He's still got a little bit in reserve for recovery from the race and peaking for the Everest. He's had a trial, he had a jump out prior to that, he's had the exhibition gallops, so small pieces of work after a short layoff after the UK. So he's as good as we can have him. I love a soft 6 or better track. Of course, he's effective on all conditions, but I think he's a fast horse, and he appreciates being able to show that to his rivals on better tracks.
Okay, race 9. You've got a strong hand here. Cucaracha, barrier 8.
Yeah, well, he's come back well. He's had the benefit of lead-up runs, trials. He should be starting to get fitter now.
No compromise. Jay Ford keeps the ride, barrier 5.
Third up from a break. It's his type of race. Good barrier will enable him to sit a bit closer and I think be hard to beat.
Surefire, an awkward draw, and rain would be a concern.
Yeah, well, wide draw in the rain. Last start, albeit a heavy 10, was his undoing. He's bouncing at the moment, coming on and off the tracks, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
So he's well. Obviously, where do we get to? Good jockey and James aboard. We'll leave it to him, but ideally in front of a few would be better.
Alias in barrier 11, Brenton Abdullah.
Fantastic first up run. He charged through the line, and look, he won a Wagga Cup, and now he's running in Group 3 Kingston Town plates. You wouldn't normally say it's great form, but I think it is. I think he's just come through the right way. We've seen improvement within this preparation. I think he's ready to step up to a higher level. So, yeah, I think he could be a big improver through the spring.
Okay, and finally, Francesco Gardi.
Likewise, it's easy when they're winning or running good races, but his run last start, he come up the inside of the track from memory on a day that was pretty tricky to make up ground back in on the fence, and all our riders say that he's just charging, isn't he? He's airborne. So I think the draw is going to make it hard to win, but moving forward to the Metropolitan, I think he's one to follow.
For sure. And finally, race 10. We have just the 2 runners, Starman and Zarastro.
Starman, soft 6 track or better, and he'll be ready to go. And likewise, Zarastro, you wouldn't want it any other than a soft 6, worse than a soft 6. Both horses are decent sprinters and in the right races.
Perfect. Well, best of luck, everyone.
Thanks.